Christian Fabian. I'm representing Gerald Marleaux and Marleaux bass guitars at the NAMM show 2024 at our friends from the EBS booth from Sweden. Amazing amplifiers. But this is the new bass, the Spock. So it's a new invention by Gerald Marleaux. What you see here is the Marleaux Logic Mesh. It's the screen, and it's a foreign material. It's used in Formula One racing. It's used in space development, and also the blades for the windmill power generators. So this university approached Gerald and wanted to see if this material can be used in an instrument, and they started working together. It's a 2-year research project, and this is the result. And it's a medium scale bass. It's 32 inches long, and this is the electronic. So we have, right now, it is active. In active, this is the treble, the mid, and the bass. And then in passive, this is the volume knob and the tone control. So in active, there's no tone control, just volume, and then you have the EQ. And in passive, this becomes a tone control and the volume only. And then we have, in passive and active, 3 possible positions for the pickup. So we have right now, it's humbucker parallel, single coil, and humbucker series. So that's pretty much.
Which coil is active when it's single coil? Which coil is active? Is it this one or that one?
I think, as far as I know, it's always the one closer to the bridge. Because you get more punch. Although it has to be confirmed with Gerald. But I know from the other basses that's usually the back one. And everything is new developed. A new developed bridge by Marleaux bass guitars, and tailpiece by Marleaux bass guitars, and pickup by Marleaux bass guitars. So
this is an ash body, right?
Yeah,
ash rim.
Yeah.
And then you have
flame maple.
Yep.
Flame maple for this, and flame maple for this.
Here.
Yeah.
And then also.
Yeah, that's
magnetic battery cover.
Yeah, which is great. So no more screwing. So you just push on here and you get the battery out just like that. It's amazing.
Yeah, and it's a deep set neck with 5 bolts.
Yes.
So it's got a center block. It's going to have a combination of the best of both worlds for a bolt on and neck through.
Yeah.
I noticed playing this that it has no dead spots whatsoever.
No. It's amazing.
And that's usually right where, on a 34-inch scale at least, where the dead spot is, sometimes up in this area.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing anything with my right hand to mess with it.
Yeah.
And this is, since the 32-inch scale, it could also be down here, or maybe even up here.
Yeah. And you have 28 frets too.
Oh yeah, I noticed. That's right. I forgot to mention that.
I had a guy 2 days ago. He was an upright bass player. He put his thumb here and was actually able to play up here. So it's pretty cool.
So interesting. So this is. There we go. So single coil. Play up here. You can almost get a little bit of an upright sound.
Yeah. It has a little acoustic sound. Also, what's great, you can play it without plugging into an amp. It's very resonant. Yeah. So it just came out in September in Germany. He introduced it at this event called Tiefgang, and it remains to be seen who's going to pick up on this instrument. You know, I personally play a lot of upright bass. I like personally all the acoustic aspects of the instrument, but the bass has a little more mid-range sound. I mean, it's very punchy. As far as I heard, it really sticks out when guys play in the band, you know.
Well, the different modes between the series parallel and single coil offer a huge menu of sounds, even with a single pickup configuration. Like in the single coil mode, I do think you're right. It's the one closest to the bridge because there's a lot of bite to it, even before you touch the mid-range control. And then in parallel mode, it's very modern sounding. It probably sounds amazing with slap and pop, which I'm not very good at. But I could tell it has that nice modern sound. And if you want like a nice thick rock and roll sound, you put it in series mode. It doesn't sound like a P bass, but it has that nice thick woody mid-rangey sound that sits right between the bass drum and the snare drum, which is where the P bass lives. So it's for a single pickup configuration, this is unbelievable.
Yeah. So one important thing about Jared's instrument, what people need to understand is, a lot of times people ask, why is there an active, why you still do passive? The whole reason about having the passive option is he wants to hear that the player hears the natural sound of the instrument. So that's the whole purpose why there's a passive option. Because these days, a lot of people think it should be all active and get rid of the passive option. But the passive option, when one of the EBS guys tried it out, he just had it in passive. He just wanted to hear how the natural bass sounds. So that's all of the basses built by Marleaux bass guitars. You will always have the passive option.
And there's the natural balance point right there.
Yeah.
So the strap button being mounted right here, there's not going to be any neck dive or body dive or anything like that.
No.
And then what's the weight on this? It's very lightweight.
I think probably 3 kilos, 3 to 4 kilos, something like that. I mean, how does it feel to you? I mean, it's...
So it's like, what, 7.5 pounds,
yeah.
maybe 8 at the most?
Somewhere
that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Plus, it's just beautiful. I love this, the fact that the fiber top is inset, so you have a nice, almost like a binding effect, but then it goes like the whole body. And I'm a big fan of ash anyways, so the fact that the quote-unquote body of this is mostly ash is just great.
Well, I was, yesterday we were setting up here and I walked around. I didn't want to leave the bass at the booth, so I was walking around for 3 hours on my back. Made a big difference that this is so light. I mean, usually you walk with your regular bass for an hour even, your back kind of hurts, you know?
Yeah.
But that was a great experience, you know?
So there's a future for this, which is this looks like this whole thing could possibly come out. For the people who are watching the video who haven't seen your literature yet, you have future plans for that.
Watching the video, just scan the barcode. It will get you straight to the website. The Spock comes with different options, and it's all on the website. That's the best way to do that, actually. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful instrument.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Jared Marleaux. I mean, it's an amazing invention. Again, it remains to be seen where it ends up, but I mean, it can go in a lot of different directions.
Oh, one more minor technical thing I want to point out. Gerald also uses 0 fret on this.
Always.
I'm a big fan of that because that means the open strings sound exactly like the rest of the fretted strings because basically everything's fretted.
Yes.
I like that quite a bit.
Yeah. As far as I know, he's doing it pretty much with all his instruments.
Yep. Oh, what kind of frets are these?
Stainless steel.
They're stainless. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice work.